When you've been doing your job for a while and you hate every day you go in, what can you do? You need to work out what makes life so bad here. Is it the people or is it the job? If the job is very boring, you need to decide why you are still there. Okay. So, if it's for the money or is it for the friendship? What is it? And do you need to give it up? If it's the people, before you throw in the towel, start a conversation. Start a conversation with the people that you work with and the people especially that don't like you or you don't like. After all, if you're going to leave, you've got nothing to lose. So ask them some questions. Not nosy questions, but in a chatty sort of way. Ask them about their hobbies or their family and maybe their likes or dislikes. This is especially good for someone who is actually making your life hell, because it could just be that they're very unhappy themselves and they have an opinion about you that they've formed and they don't really know you. So finding out by being friendly and chatty, they just might change their behaviour too. You need to remember, people at work are not your friends. They are your colleagues. So management in particular are the hardest to deal with. A manager can be jealous of you. Now, I know this very well from all the years that I've been working in various places, and now at 65, I actually work on agencies. So I have 3 different agencies and I do 3 different jobs. And when I go in and I meet a manager who wants to make my life miserable, I don't mind, because I'll only be here for a little while and then I'll move on to my next job. And the problem is they don't like me because I'm doing something that they've not been able to do. They've not been able to change their job, change their life and be happy, which is what I've done. So, they might be bitter and horrible, and you're probably not going to be able to change them. But if you need to stay, use your friends and set up a network of people who can help you chat about your day. Often we think we're on our own, but talking to a friend can really help, especially if that friend happens to be at work. And this is not about gossiping and colleagues. That's a completely different thing, and that's not good. This is about chatting about your day when you're away from work and saying about things to a friend that might back you up and support you. So you have choices. You could start planning to get a new job, or you could start making a strategy to deal with your day. Your mental health is far more important than money, and you have to look into the future and work out where you want to be. So when you're on a break, sit down and put all your plans together, either on a phone or in a notebook. Plan your holiday, plan your finances, plan a night out, plan a new job. All these good ideas will make you feel a lot better as you head back to work. So keeping busy at work will help make the day go quicker. If the work is very boring, the time will go slower. So if you can, find a way to make yourself busier. Can you call clients? Can you arrange and tidy store goods? Finding lots of other little jobs can help you get through the day a lot better. Now, I know this. I have a colleague, I was going to say friend. I have a colleague that I work with. Now, he's there permanently and I'm only there temporary. But he's been there for 20 years. And the job can be very boring, but he just does lots of other little jobs. He helps this person or that person. He does this. He does running to the office. He does running outside, gets stuff done for people. And that makes his day go very quickly. Now, he could be like me, and because I don't really know the people very well, I just stand there and do what I'm supposed to do on my job. and not a lot else, and I get very bored, but that's okay because I'm not there for long. But this guy, he's been there a long time, and he knows to make his day go quickly. He does lots of other little jobs, and that's really, really helpful for him. So if all you think about is getting your days off, going out, spending your money, drinking too much, and lying in bed all the next day, then maybe it's time to find another job. If you want to change and don't know where to start, just keep watching my other videos for ideas. Now, at the beginning, don't make any rash decisions. Okay, you've had enough, you're fed up, you've watched this video, you've watched other videos, you want to move on, but you need to work things out first. So when you're at home, search job sites, search YouTube, search Instagram, but you're not looking at these programs to become depressed. You're looking for them for ideas. So don't watch them if they're going to make you feel good or bad. What they're going to do is give you ideas as to your next move forward. So over the next few months, it's going to take a while because, you know, you've been in your job a while and it's trying to sort this out and decide what you want to do. So over the next few months, you're going to look for the things that you need to move on. Now, you're looking at online things like education, which is something you might have to pay for. Now, I know that is quite a difficult thing to put in your head, but when I was a single parent with 2 children, I had very few qualifications. I came out of school as quickly as I could, and luckily I married my husband, and we ran our own business because he knew about transport, so we ran this brilliant business. But then I got divorced. I became a single parent with 2 children, and I was just working in factories, you know, all sorts of horrible jobs. And I knew I had to change, so I applied to the Open University, which is in the UK, and basically they gave me a bit of a grant and they gave me a bit of a loan, and the loan was on a very small interest rate. And I repaid that over 5 years. And then I did my psychology degree, and with that I got some brilliant jobs. I worked in so many decent, really good places as a volunteer and as a, you know, decent job with decent money. So, you know, you've got to decide who you are, what you want to do, and then you need to become brave. So get your journal, your planner together, put all your searches and ideas on paper, and this will help you keep focused. Everyone has started somewhere. So get on the phone, start approaching people, even people on YouTube. You know, you could be looking for a job, you could be looking at training. You know, the job sites like Indeed, you can just put your CV on there and then click apply, and you can apply for all these jobs. And if you get them, if you get offers or if you get responses, you know, that's a good start. And that's a really, really easy thing to do. Before you do anything else, you just apply, and you don't have to talk to anybody. And if it's something you want to look at doing, you know, and they approach you, you can go further with that. You know, you can look at education. You can maybe approach the job centre to see if they'll help you with any education that they've got. Could look at local colleges. You can do night college to get your education. So there's all sorts of ideas. Just use people to bounce their ideas off. So if you can, find someone you can confide in when you're applying for these jobs, who's going to support you and also watch your back. This is really quite important, especially if you're looking on somewhere like YouTube, because there are loads of adverts on YouTube from normal looking people who say, you can do this job, you can do that. I was looking at one the other day that said you can train up to work in cybercrime, and I thought, oh, I'd love to do that. Let's have a look. But of course you have to pay for it. And I know that I'm not intelligent enough to do anything that's that intellectual, so it wasn't for me in the end. But so I knew that I wouldn't do it, so I wasn't going to pay for it. So you just need to be realistic about your goals. Don't go and just splash out for any old training that you think you might help, especially on something like YouTube. It can be interesting and good to find people who'll give you ideas, but you just want to be very careful what you buy into. So once you know what you want, set the goals to achieve it and make sure you don't give up at the first hurdle. I told you, you've got to be brave. You've got to swallow, put your ideas down on paper, start making those inquiries and go from there. You can take it slowly, one step at a time. Just keep going to work, earning the money. That keeps you financially secure. And then look at what you want to do from there. Life is all about changes. And all I can say is go for it.